Welcome back, everyone. Sheepdog Smokey here, and get a bit of good news that, of course, none of the mainstream media are covering. Report: Agents applaud Trump's choice to boot Secret Service chief from the Daily Caller News Foundation. Agency members reportedly welcomed President Donald Trump's decision to remove Secret Service Director Randolph Ailes. Ailes seemed more interested in making friends with agents than fixing the problems that plagued the once proud agency sources told the Daily Mail. The White House confirmed Ailes' resignation on Monday, according to a statement from Press Secretary Sarah Sanders. The sentiment at the agency is good riddance, sources said, according to a Monday report by journalists Ronald Kistler and David Martosco. However, a Secret Service official told Axios the director was very well liked by the USSS executives and the rank and file. We liked his style. United States Secret Service Director Randolph Tex Ailes has done a great job at the agency over the last 2 years, and the President is thankful for his over 40 years of service to the country, Sanders stated. Ailes was appointed on April 25, 2017, at the request of John Kelly, then Secretary of Homeland Security, who threatened to quit otherwise, sources told the Daily Mail. Trump interviewed Ailes, but he was reportedly not impressed due to Ailes' lack of knowledge of the U.S. Secret Service. Apparently, it was too much trouble to read books and articles about the agency or to check out the Secret Service website before meeting with the president, Kessler wrote in a book about Trump. At one point, Ailes reportedly suggested trimming the Secret Service budget by reducing protection of Trump family members unless a threat had been made. The White House staff is said to have rejected that proposal. Trump has selected James M. Murray, a career member of the U.S. Secret Service, to replace Ailes, according to the White House. He will start in May. I want to make an important distinction here. I can like someone, and they can be well liked by management and the rank and file, and still be very horrible as a choice for the job they're in. I have worked for managers that are great people. I still am friends with them to this day, but they had no business in management in that position because they don't understand it. There are stories, if you read on some Reddit boards, where people quit their jobs because they apply for a job they are immensely qualified for, and someone with no qualifications is hired over them. John Kelly should not have told the president, I will resign if you don't hire this person to head the Secret Service. Were it me, I would have told John Kelly, you know where the door is, because you are not the one who is tasked with hiring the Director of Secret Service. I am. I will interview people who are given referrals and who are brought in and apply, but I will make the choice, just as Trump made the choice to nominate John Kelly as Director of Homeland Security. The problem we're seeing seems not to be that Ailes was let go. The problem I see here is how he was brought in. We've seen what the news, of course, is reporting as proof of dissension and tension in the Trump administration because people keep quitting. The problem is we have people who are career bureaucrats that are being put into positions to work in the Trump administration for a man who is not a bureaucrat. About the only one that I would think requires one exacting and very specific requirement would be the Attorney General, who must be an attorney in good standing. Director of Homeland Security could be a cop, a firefighter, military veteran, could be someone who ran the city of New York Emergency Response Unit. Press secretary does not have to be someone with a journalism degree. It needs to be someone who can very easily and very correctly communicate with the press and who does not get flustered under all of that. As we've seen, Sarah Sanders is doing her job beautifully. The problem I see is that we have people who are used to the way it works in Washington, being that, oh, I'm in this high power position. If I tell them I'll quit if my friend isn't hired, they'll hire them. And unfortunately, that's what happened. And then you have a man who knew very little about the Secret Service, who actually suggested taking close family members of the president and removing security to save money. Not let's cut unneeded costs, let's put people in danger. I'm honestly surprised that that was even allowed to be suggested, although it never reached the president apparently, because the White House rejected it, not Donald Trump, as it should have been rejected. We never saw anyone say, well, we don't need to provide security for uh, the Bush girls because now they're adults. And they became adults during George W. Bush's presidency. We didn't see anyone say that, well, Chelsea Clinton doesn't need Secret Service protection because, of course, she turned 18 very closely to the end of Bill Clinton's second term. We didn't see anyone say, well, I'm sorry, former Secretary of State Clinton, you no longer require Secret Service protection because you are no longer a government official. But when it's Donald Trump's family, oh yeah, let's just cut a cost. Ailes proved to be a bureaucrat trying to run law enforcement, and that does not work. You need someone who knows security to run the Secret Service. Yes, typically law enforcement officials are those hired. Typically, I would like to see directorship of the Secret Service go to someone who has been a Secret Service agent. They were trained by that agency, worked for at least some time for that agency. They know how it works. They know it is more than just security. Yes, they handle counterfeit money and other things. But if you have someone who has worked for the Secret Service for even a time, they know how the agency works. When you bring in an outsider, you get this. I have no doubt that Ailes, who seems to be focused on being liked by his subordinates, was well liked. And again, you can be well liked and be the absolute worst choice for a position in a company, and honestly, that's not a surprise to me because you don't have to be liked to be good at your job. You don't have to be good at your job to be liked, but you do need to be good at your job to do the job properly. Ailes should have been the one focusing on what the Secret Service does and how to do it in the best way possible. Unfortunately, he was chosen and he was the wrong man for the job, and now just shortly, 2 years later, he's out. And we have a man who was a Secret Service agent nominated for the position starting in about a month. This, I'm not going to be surprised when one of two things happens. One, this will be a blip on the supposed mainstream media. They'll talk about it and they'll say, well, it's just more proof of the chaotic nature of this administration. Although I won't be surprised if another road is taken where they say, well, these agents were pressured to support Trump's choice. See, they like him. He's well liked. So they must really want him in that job. I can all but guarantee you, if I could talk to every single member of Rachel Maddow's staff, I could find you someone who likes her as a person, but doesn't believe she is an honest journalist and should not have a primetime show on a news organization. The same for Stelter, the same for Cuomo, the same for Cooper, Morning Joe, all of them. It's not mutually exclusive to be good at your job and liked by those working around and with and for you. I believe personally that I am well liked by those I work with, but I will be the first to tell them when they're doing their job wrong. I will be the first to expect them to do the same for me. In my personal belief, telling me I'm doing something wrong will actually make me like you a bit more, unless, of course, you insult me in the process. But none of that manages to make it into this story because it's, one, not important, and two, not really part of the story. The story here is that the rank and file, the Secret Service agents, applaud Trump's choice to remove Director Ailes. I have no doubt that if he is well liked by the rank and file, they will stay in touch and he'll probably be invited to parties and dinners and so on. He'll still be notified when someone has a child or their child graduates from college or high school or whatever. It's not uncommon. I have people I've worked with who personally I was not surprised to see them let go because I knew of their professional attitude, but I'm still very friendly with them because I like them as a private person. But I guess we have to wait to see if the news will all but ignore this or if they'll try to twist it. But I've talked long enough on this one. Let me know what you think. Keep the comments classy, keep them civil, because as always, we do not learn from argument, we learn from debate. Also, please like the video and hit subscribe and ring notifications so you're kept up to date with all new content coming out as it comes. Until next time, have a wonderful day.